Because Joe Cullen won the darts in the practice room.
21.
For the third dart, and he's gone around the board. Back comes Cullen.
Well, that's why we look.
The cross, but this one will really hurt.
On the 11th leg.
That one visit from Cullen.
And now he's going to break him 3 times.
Level on the maximums. Or are we? No, we're not. You've put all the hard work in. You've got yourself almost back in the game. And then it all disappears in a leg you feel he has to take.
What a dart this could be! And what a dart it is! Is that
7 here? He would have been throwing at the double for a level match. That's history now, obviously. He may stay there now.
third match dart?
Can he keep his composure?
Yes, he can! There's the one. With a great performance, 6 180s and 95 average.
Get out of hand. 12 Cullen. Ball for Cullen. Gets it. Oh,
that's
blocked.
awkward.
Yep.
That's awkward.
Let's
see what we can
have to move.
Have a look at here.
Oh, wow. What Okay, so 20 for tops. Oh, that was lucky. That was nearly in the treble. And there's another example of that languid. Always been his friend over there.
Stats you could only dream of, Christopher. Thanks for James Way. He has been averaging now over 108 in those 7 legs. Here comes Cole. And more important is winning the leg and stopping the rot.
He says, good sums there, 101 to leave himself on a finish.
24.
Enjoying a fabulous time on and off the dartboard.
22.
The ironic thing was, while he was playing poorly last year in the floor tournaments, he had his best year in terms of the big TV tournaments.
180.
And that is 180 number 2. Is his dream. This is what he'd wanted to do. He said he was BDO for life because he was sick of people asking.
177.
Excellent. We're in danger of there being more people who've thrown a 9-darter in Wigan today than those who haven't.
120.
Absolutely brutal bounce out for Joe Cullen. 100 average, 14-darter and a 16-darter. Yeah,
180.
very nice today. He's similar today, 4-2 up with 100 average. Not quite the 112 we saw from him yesterday on this streaming board.
180.
Not sure what he's been doing, to be honest.
174.
Treble 19. Great deal between the two players after the first 3 legs when Cullen was just completely in charge.
180.
I think that he would have won that quite easily, but actually he got beat 6-3.
120.
Well, Cullen cancel out the breaker throw straight away. He'll do that on tops.
Game shot.
Venue where he won both of his PDC titles thus far. She's going to play Danny Noppert after both won 6-1. Cullen needs the ball.
145.
It might just become the sole show.
180.
Well, this screen is double 16.
Game shot.
Clinical.
Double 18 again. It is very good indeed. So maybe he's deep, I might add. But yeah, since Joe got those 2 titles, his floor form has dipped massively. There's a big few months coming up, of course, when we're talking about qualification for events, winning things.
And double 18 will see him win this.
And he does win this one by 6 legs to 1 because you're
managed to get through a couple of rounds. It's a tough score.
Tough look there for Joe Cullen. Check out just because often they only have half the bed to aim at after the first dart.
That's better darts. Great 180 from Joe.
Upstairs. And now he might be thinking he should have attempted tops, but whatever you miss is wrong. Remember the dart that went in the 5 when he should have had a dart at double. Nothing wrong with the score. Legs to 3. Cullen missed opportunities early in the match. Could and perhaps should have been a lot closer.
And it's the 100th 180 of the tournament this weekend. And there's another one.
Well, I'll call this now. If Nathan Aspinall continues to finish in the way that he's been doing so far this weekend, he won. And that's what he did all the way through his game against Mike Holtz. It is absolutely spectacular. And yet Joe Cullen...
On Joe Cullen here. Double 18. That is...
47 left for Nathan Aspinall to level the game. Go on, leave the ash down.
170.
Oh. But that might be that. This incredible weekend from Nathan Aspinall. He's played some magnificent stuff this weekend, but he cannot make it. 4 wins on the trot against Joe Cullen.
From Durrant, it was solid to start off with, but he's just stepped it up. Joe Cullen stepping it up here with a 1-4.
He's going to need one of those streaks that he showed us that he has from last season. Lots of that.
Right in the top left-hand corner. That could well prove decisive as well. Potential turning points everywhere you turn in this final leg. And there's another one.
He's got it for the match.
Yep. And that's a perfect first start as well. And that leaves double 5 for Joe Cullen. And what a way to win it. Take your hat off to Joe Cullen. That was a brilliant. Glenn Durrant beaten 6-5 by Joe Cullen. And Joe Cullen, a quarter-finalist here 12 months ago. Maybe looking forward to another good deep run once again here at the German Darts Grand Prix. A 6-5 winner. And he goes through to face Richie Edhouse, 16.
Double 9. There it is. More like it from Joe.
Finds the treble. Double 16. Joe Cullen.
Well, there you see the first 9 average for this stage of a Euro Tour event. Absolutely woeful.
His look, he's got 2 darts at double 10, and Joe Cullen gifted.
Obviously, he has won one. It's a surprise, actually, they didn't win more in that time.
16. That's more like it.
But he's still, if this 164 goes, and it's not going to, then Simon Whitlock is going to get a chance to win the match. Most astonishing shoes that I've seen in this sport. There we go. In that one, even though he's put on some severe pressure. Or Rob Cross.
Just one of many great games. Joe's been quite sharp today so far. Good power of the arm, and the 180 count goes up to 3. Well, next week we go to Austria, and it's almost like going back to the scene of the crime for Joe Cullen, because last year, as he gets his 4th 180 in 4 legs, and finish like this is inordinate.
One on the ball. And he wins it 6-1 with a big finish. It's what this match was lacking. Not as convincing as you might have thought from the rock star, despite the 6-1 scoreline, but he will take on either Rob Cross or Chris Dobie.
It was happening last year, though, and then all of a sudden he figured it out, didn't he? He beat him in Leverkusen on the European Tour. He is on treble 18, which is very strong indeed.
Cullen has to win 4 consecutive legs.
That happens to everybody now and again. Last night, Sudovic had a beauty of a flying.
He's not going for it, is he? Oh, he is, and he's pinned it. Destined to claim the title yesterday, and then came unstuck against Willie O'Connor.
170.
Well, he looked like he might be. Could go double-double. There's one. Oh, Joe Cullen, that is spectacular. Both of these guys in their groove now, in a rhythm, and Joe Cullen, when he gets into a rhythm, titles, he will be the...
Put yourself in a corner, but that's a much more aggressive start from two big Man United fans here, of course. They have travelled to the continent with each other. I think it went to... Good switch. His first start has been letting them down a little bit in this match. There's nothing wrong with all three there from Cullen.
And Cullen, all of a sudden, 5-2 becomes 5-4.
All of a sudden, he can't miss.
Yeah,
what a dart that is. That's aggressive. Choice to stay upstairs for Joe Cullen is irrelevant. And we go into leg 4 with a max. And his demeanour says to me that he's ready to pop. Double 16 for a 143. Oh, the more.
Well, he can't carry on the perfect run, but Cullen, unfortunate not to score at least.
That use of the board from Cullen, he knew that two treble 18s left 170, and just in case McGeaney had a slip, he was going to be there. Yeah, he shouldn't hit the double one either. But now, Cullen on 32, which is 16 now, and that's a huge, huge break of throw.
McGeaney berating himself. He knows that he had this match in the palm of his hand. 22. But he slipped.
The toughest match he had by the looks of things was that one against Wasimena in the last 32. That went to a deciding leg.
Oh, wonderful stuff, Joe Cullen. You don't get it better.
And he's been under very little pressure indeed. Maybe just that one little moment early on, but once he was 3 legs to the hold of throw in the end. And Maxop wraps up what looks...
That's what was so odd about it.
If he's got a tendency, it is to hit the 5. He does hook the arm away from the body a lot, but that is a very Joe Cullen checkout.
Kevin Burness, and Burness took a 2-0 lead with some pretty average stuff, to be honest. Joe Cullen. Oh, well.
Under the radar a little bit. He might be able to strike that way. Well, another one of those for double 4 to get it done. And what a way to get it done. 128 in game.
Joe, you require 90. Game shot, the second leg. Joe Cullen. Two. 7 score. Game on. Joe, you require 68. Flag, Joe Collins. One right on 45. Video. One on 18. One on 18. Joey requires 60.
Will Joe Cullen be going for tops?
144.
Probably not. There's 54, leaving 90. There's another 54, leaving 36. And he's got it! 144 from...
Well, we know what he's got in the tank, Joe Cullen. We know he's got these enormous displays, 107, 108 averages, because he's done it many, many times. Gerwyn Price, when he first started playing PDC darts and he first appeared on the Euro Tour,
80.
you'd see him take out. The best display we've seen so far this weekend from Gerwin Price. He knows it was good.
Between Cullen and Anderson, they were racing along the hockey in that one.
Yeah, fabulous contest that. Fabulous visit, that's from the rock star.
Joe, you require 123.
Again, he'll get a chance. Again, it's at the ball.
73.
Without the 25 anyway, but...
Two darts. Two sets of darts. I mean, he's not the only person to do it, is he?
He needed to fill it up. He does fill it up. And that's exactly what's happened. Joe Cullen.
Ment 90-es átlag alá Joe Cullen, tehát most már a játéka is egyre rosszabb. Na most végre bekezd egy 180-nal.
59.
Na, egy 180 azért Cullentől ott van.
Egy nyila lesz a duplára. És bedobja.
Hát kérem szépen.
Game on.
Confidence boosting run on the European Tour. He's done bits and pieces, a couple of quarterfinals on the Euro circuit this year in 2019. And that will set the tone. Very nice player indeed, Paul Nicholson.
Yeah, very much so. And without going on too much about what's been going on with Luke in 2019.
Yeah, 102.
Joe Cullen 42 points away, double 16 required for the
He's on the
opener.
first
Very
leg, Joe
neat
Cullen.
and tidy
Until the minimum of Gibraltar. And you're right, Rob. He needs a bit of a run. He needs something deep. He needs to break that glass ceiling with stuff like that. And that's his second 180.
Yeah,
so many legs dangling there precariously, like Greg Louganis on a diving board. And you're thinking,
120.
Something like that. You know, you get that.
Timely again because he was just beginning to dip a little bit. Tops for
He's
Cullen.
on the 7th leg, Joe Cullen.
And
57.
the big difference has been the finishing. Pure and simple. That is the story of this match.
100.
Back in the leg comes Joe Cullen. Indicative. Could be the word of the day. The word of the day for Joe Cullen is victory.
And
he stumbles across the line, but the thing about that... They're massaging their inner Peter Wright, or Wayne Model, choose your loud shirt team. Double 2. And it's not often you see Joe Cullen miss double 4. What to do is just hit that first flight and it would nestle together, but Joe isn't missing either.
Well, they might have dragged each other down in the opening part of it.
That was so close. Double 6. Nearly hit double 10. Nearly hits it again. Now, how does he see double 6?
In a game where Joe Cullen has struggled to hit any kind of double, he must hit the hardest double that he's faced in this game to win. And he still can't do it. There's an element of poor fortune there, but the first dart was poor and the second dart should have been nowhere near it. And Joe Cullen has blown his chance. And Peter Wright gratefully accepts the opportunity to play so poorly and...
Chasing the doubles around the board. Cullen will get a chance. Didn't want to go for tops, but hits it all the same.
First leg, he had one dart to win the second leg, but he may not get a dart at all to win this third one on his own throw. Double 16 for Joe Cullen. It's there, 15 darter. And the average is better than last night. But Jamie Hughes looks like his tank's running a little bit on empty.
Not the same fire and determination and focus that we've seen from Jamie Hughes, certainly that we saw from him.
Willie O'Connor, he's won that with a 24 darter. And I don't think that Willie would have expected to be leading this one 2-0 with his average. That's more like it from Joe Cullen. Easing in a maximum. Side winner Durrant.
A wonderful way to bring the afternoon's proceedings to a close. Joe Cullen starting to move through.
Joe, you require 16. He's on the third leg.
10 darter.
You
You see it when one goes, the other goes with them. And Cullen is certainly going.
Clacking along.
Well, he's on bubble and then kicked off 180. And he's still going.
Oh my word. Joe Cullen has just put together a fifth 9-darter of the year on the European Tour. Oh.
65.
Two legs and hadn't managed to win a leg.
76.
10 darter. Followed by a 12 darter.
I mean, whatever combination of players we have, it's amazing. The world number 1, the Polish number 1, the world number 2, 5-time major finalist in Dave Chesnell as Joe Cullen puts in his 4th. Then he launched into action and showed some vintage Joe Cullen stuff and closes it out with a
Game he ran into a 9-darter and a so we're looking to put that right. But Joe, not to be a port,
drags it into the double 16 when he was looking at its neighbour double 8.
Everybody needs good neighbours. That was a bad neighbour for Glenn Durrant, a very bad neighbour. Someone from the Nordic Baltic who hadn't played or someone like that. But no, he was running into people like Duzza, who's won 3 lakesides. Jamie Hughes, people like that. And was Jamie Hughes? He
To view that as a good thing, and I think that is the best way to view it. The pressure Durrant, but he's not flustered into making a poor mathematical choice.
That's the hard way of getting to 170 from 309. That is the hard when you're practicing something to focus on. And it's the pressure on the thumb or the pressure on the... It's just what works. Double top. Oh, how good is that?
He's so brilliant against Gerwyn Price. He has not been poor here. He just hasn't been good enough. Against some Royce Joe Cullen stuff. The rock star is...
Took it on the chin. Said, no, that's good. I feel good about my game going into the next challenges. Didn't do too badly, did he?
Yeah, went on to win both in the third leg. Gene can't do something similar to win the 5th. Double 12, double 6 now for Cullen. Does not give James Wade a chance in. It's a good position to break the throw here, though.
Game changer. Game changer right there from Cullen. Games in the last couple of weeks.
74.
This is big. Wadey's on a 1 treble out, and he's not going to get a look at it. Oh, this is tournaments is because of mismatched darts.
Well, let's not forget this could have easily been the final of the European Championship.
Oh, how did he get that in? That was a trick shot almost. Natural. It's got to be organic. All the hard work stage. Get up there. It's just got to be natural. Double 12. 6-5 Cullen. The
final of a European Tour event has been a long time.
I get the feeling, Chris, that there is a fuck in the machine. He's picked him up and thrown him on the floor, and he has broken him. And Joe Cullen is striding towards the finish line. Is it? Is it? Finally.
How to avoid a last leg decider, the pressure of it. Hit 2 180s against the darts. And then take out 42, an 11 darter to break James Wade. And
Rockstar Joe Cullen, man from Bradford, gets us underway. A race to 8. Paul Nicholson joins me, Dan Dawson in the commentary box, and Cullen starts perfectly.
He's going to have to defend this throw with everything he's got and do it in a relaxed fashion. Woo! Look at that!
It from Van Gerwen in the end to get to a finish.
Another. Oh! Rockstar gets out the guitar and he plays a solo for 2,000 Germans.
He can't follow up the 170 with a 161, can he? Because that would be ludicrous. It would be ludicrous.
Oh, it very nearly is ludicrous. He might have needed that, Dan. But winning those matches would not have given him a trophy and a title, something that he craves. Oh, Joe Cullen on the 57. Oh, the 57 is Joe Cullen's crisp. In the last couple of years. Didn't mess around against James. Needs the lot here to get on level terms, and he gets him on a pinhead. MVG to go for the 60 because it was closed. And I get the feeling when he comes back to the board, he may split it. Or will he now? Or will he? He's under. How many darts will Cullen get? 2 match darts. He only needs the one! We have waited and waited and waited. And the rock star has finally delivered by claiming his first European Tour title. Magnificent from Joe Cullen today. And a year when he looked like he was fading away. And he's produced one of the best days of his career.
Und der Sieger des European Darts Matchplay 2019, es ist sein allererster Titel auf der European Tour, ist der Rockstar Joe Cullen.
Left himself on a nicer one if Cullen doesn't go out. It's 1 dart tops. Plenty of room. Nicely done. Can you just do one?
He faces tonight. In fact, he was talking about getting revenge for defeat to him just a few weeks ago. It might have been days ago, actually. Richie Edhouse takes on Peter Wright. First 180 of this.
With 3 more. Under what pressure?
Quite a lot, actually. Quite a lot, actually. Cullen has actually missed darts and then lost the leg on 2 separate occasions. Double 12. No miss this time.
Joe Cullen, 9th.
Going to be afforded the chances.
Yeah, good strike from Joe Cullen there again. This is just what he needs on throw. He knows that it's.
They sing here. PDC Europe events. Treble is funny, but double makes the money.
Well, it was double ball and then double 16. He's got a chance here to book his place in the final day. It is 1 dart at tops, and that is all that Joe Cullen needs. Classy stuff from Cullen. Will take his time. Fire and hits double 16 and hits Joe Cullen hard.
Agreement with the steam iron and caused a little bit of a burn mark on one of his dart shirts, so he had to revert to another one. Well, so far so good. Forget he had more moments of pure adrenaline-filled genius than most other players did, Lloydie. But that was genius from Joe. He nearly bust that shot and that flexible point. Got that dart into the 8 instead of the 16. It's double 16 for Joe. And that is brilliant. Something that he hits more often than not, and that is double 4.
Playing to his strengths, Joe Cullen, and clearly thinking very well as well. And
in 76.
He has lifted his ability in the last couple of legs. And I'd love to mention about the Peter Wright game, which was on before this one, is that Peter told me at a previous Euro Tour very recently that he's been spending hours every day. 2-6 and the 1-2-4.
Yeah, it took him a while to get going, didn't it?
Yeah. Must be those new stems he's put on his darts, which really took me by surprise. Someone who doesn't.
And the average has dipped under 100 now, under 99, but Joe Cullen won't be too concerned with that in the...
Looks could kill. They've been not impressed with that bounce out, but he's so far behind, you would think. That was the biggest big 18 you've ever seen. Well, is this the chance for Cullen? 1 dart at top, huge break of throw. There it is, Joe Cullen with the key. See, it may not be enough. Brilliant dart. Double 4. Good control. And Joe Cullen, very much king. The first dart was set up beautifully in that. treble 20.
He's unlucky.
27. In a leg that he does win.
Yeah, it's hanging in there. Joe's scoring certainly eluded him in that first leg after the break. For the second one.
Fire of the bull.
Joe, you require 65.
Crucial moments in this game.
Yes, good attempt. This is for the match for Joe Cullen. 6.
One dart. For the match. And Joe Cullen doesn't muck around. He's beaten Mervyn King for the 4th.
Cross die Möglichkeit aus, die Führung auszubauen zum 6:3. Jetzt auch Cullen auf der Doppel-10. Der Rockstar, der in diesem Jahr ein European Tour Turnier gewinnen konnte. Das ist ja der große Abschluss dieser European Tour Saison. Man hat sich über die European Tour Turniere, 13 waren es in 2019, qualifizieren können für diese Veranstaltung. Und der bounced ihm raus beim Versuch, 120 Punkte zu checken. Starts für Cross auf der Doppel-20. Vor 2 Jahren noch im Finale gestanden bei dieser Veranstaltung. Mal sehen, was in diesem Jahr geht. Er ist...
Január 16-18 valahogy így lesz.
Ez ugye Cullen győzelme, csak azt igazából nem értem, hogy Van der Voort Monk mérkőzést miért.
The power to add and add and add. You pardon the pun.
Very much like Ronnie
Look at
O'Sullivan's
this
centuries.
from Cullen. What a start from Joe Cullen. It's only a holder throw. Fabulous 140 out.
That sets the tone. Glenn Durrant over the line in the last match on stage 2.
Game from the 4th leg. Joe Cullen. Joe, you require 78.
Bit of after the Lord Mayor's show here.
Game from the 5th leg.
Good stuff from Joe Cullen though. 2-1 down.
First of the match.
And it's certainly knocked Cullen off his mark, hasn't it?
Yep.
22.
Yeah.
Raymond required 36.
Ideal for Merv out there. Not too hot on stage 2.
28.
Barney who's pressing forward. Last 3 legs are 174, 180, 180.
The average just under.
174.
Right. Average 10 points higher than Cullen at the moment. 2 great visits.
Well, the old guns still have it because Raymond van Barneveld has beaten 2 of the young guns.
Az milyen söprés lett volna az első szettben. Megvan, itt a tripla. De szép. 36. Bedobja a 116-ot. Visszabrékel. Parádés kis meccs lesz ez. És nagyon jó kezd. 180! Milliméterek hiányoztak csak. Tripla megvan, dupla 14, bedobja Cullen, és így az övé az első szett. Hihetetlen, hogy ott volt a szettnyila. Egy 76-ra nézzük a 116-ot, ez volt egy fordulópont akkor is. És a dupla 18, most is bedobja! Uha, 125. Ez nagyon jó Cullentől. Az is benne van, és a bull! No! Na, és akkor 180! Gyerekek, itt a dupla 20. Még nem jó. Óriásit játszott! Szegény Cullen.